video here? No, we're going online.
Live.
Live. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Center, Pflugerville. And Round Rock, and Hutto, and Austin, and all places in between. The title today that I worked on my article was Perfect Peace is Available. And I'll say that again, perfect peace is available. And if you look at the definitions, perfect is a state of completion, the highest, the best, and peace is that point of bliss and harmony. So it's the best peace, harmony that you could experience. And where that comes from is myself this week. I have been troubled, my heart has been troubled by all the stuff going on out there. As a matter of fact, I had to apologize to the lead. Thursday morning we had a class. We were looking at Joel Goldsmith, and I got hooked on what's going on out there. Anybody familiar with that? And I immediately went on one side, okay? Now, got to understand this. The ego mind wants to keep us in conflict. The ego mind wants to stir things up. The ego mind wants you upset. And if we can't get you on this side, we're going to get you on this side. So if you think that this is what's happened, and most of it's because of our own personal background. What happened to me was I used to do workshops, and I was in some of the federal agencies that we talk about, doing workshops in management structures and that type of thing. And I heard the conversations at the breaks and at lunchtime about how they want to run things. So I have a bias. Everybody there? And I heard it firsthand. So what came out was my bias. Now, does that mean it's happening today? I don't know. Does that mean it happens in all agencies? No. But it was my bias popping out. Now, there are people on the other side that say, somebody needs to run things, okay? So we all have these personal beliefs that have been implanted by the world around us through experiences. Perfect example, I hate to go here, but I got to. The male-female thing that's going on with the Supreme Court right now. And whatever your experience is, your life experience is coming into that upset, and you're saying, okay, she's right, that jerk, and he's saying they're ruining, so there's all these conflicts going on. Have I hit everybody? I hope I hit a trigger. Because see, that's what's happening. The world out there is creating conflict. Now, if you understand the law of attraction, it says, what you think about, you create. Everybody there? So if you're in conflict all the time and angry about something, what is happening? And what are you attracting to yourself? All the negativity that's there, and you actually buy into that whole cloud of upset. So what we're doing is, and I believe it manifests itself in disease, it manifests itself in issues, there's all kinds of things that occur. And so, and the truth is, it doesn't matter what side we're on. Anybody agree? In this room, we could do a lot of good at saying this is the way it should be. But the ego wants us to do that. So what's the answer? Isaiah 26:3, which is what we started. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee. Now, stayed means focused, thinking nothing else other than God. Now, another term for that is called union. One of the things that Jesus did, he did it in John 17. It's called the priestly prayer, and it's a beautiful thing, and he is praying for his followers. And in one of the verses, what he says is, I hope, and I'm paraphrasing, I hope that they understand that we are all one. We are one with God, we are one with the Father, we are one with each other, and we are one with me, Jesus. So if I focus on that, what am I creating if the law of attraction is true? So the answer is not to go here, not to go there. The answer is to go to God. Now, that's why I got hooked, because I didn't go to God. I went back into my personal experience of something that occurred probably 30 years ago that I know was right. Do you hear it? And we become so cotton-picking righteousness. You know, you're right. I know. And we don't know. The truth is, I have no idea what's happening on that level there. And the truth is, it doesn't matter, because if I get involved in it, I'm creating part of the mess. And I'm actually adding to the cloud of the oversoul called carnal mind that's creating the turmoil. Okay? So, we are a spiritual community. We are a community of folks on a spiritual path. And I want to read, I'm going to read this. I want to read, this is great. I go back to our mission statement and our vision statement. And that was put together by Reverend Eliza Bloom Robinson. Valerie was part of that, some of the other folks are part of that. And it was an exercise in who we are, where we're going, what are we doing. And our vision statement that they put together years ago is, centered in God, we celebrate a world of love, harmony, and abundance. Now, a vision statement is where we would like to go. Everybody there? That's the ideal process, the ideal state. So as a vision, we believe it's possible to live in, you ready? A world of love, harmony, and abundance. Now the question is, how do we do that? Do we do that by taking sides on all this and getting involved in the conflict?
No.
Or no, we don't. Do we do it by backing out and knowing God is in charge? Do you see the difference? And that's why the Ho'oponopono is so important. That's why the meditation is so important. Because there are tools on the spiritual path that we can use to isolate or extract ourselves from the oversoul. Now, mission statement is generally how we're going to get there. So the vision is, we live in this wonderful world. The mission statement is, we are a vibrant spiritual community. So vibrant means what? Energetic, alive, okay? Full of energy. Okay? Then it goes on and says, empowering personal transformation. Which means empowering. We are sharing ideas that can produce personal transformation. Now, think about the word personal transformation. Is that small-time stuff? No. See, the world's out there looking for all kinds of answers. And we're trying to fix the world, repair the world, change the world, hope people get sense, and we're doing all this stuff. But the world is outside. And Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is where? Within. So where do we have to make the changes first before it changes out there? You see it? So it is futile to keep beating the doors down, trying to change everything and telling everybody you're wrong and I'm right. The only thing you do is create more conflict. And this is what's been on my heart. You know, somebody has to say that we're all creating this chaos, this cacophony of negative energy out there by expressing how we really think. And how we really think is based upon our conditioning, what we have been through. It's fascinating. It's amazing to me because, you know, I make up stories. Anybody familiar with stories? You make up stories. I know this is the way it is. And then I find out later on it's not true. Because what's out there is illusion made up by the ego mind, and what's in here is spirit or the heart. You heard Valerie talk about opening your heart. And we're finding, we know, it's like the Course in Miracles for years worked on the mind. The Course of Love now is working on the heart. So we're bringing from the heart the energies of love, the radiation. Science has proven now, the Heart Math Institute has proven that the heart energies go out from us. And they radiate out love. They also radiate out hate, envy. Anybody familiar with those terms? And it radiates out what you're thinking. So the question becomes, what are you adding to the universe? And what kind of changes are you making? And we go back to our mission here. We are a vibrant spiritual community, which means we are spiritual. Empowering personal transformation. And to me, that's big time stuff. We're not playing a small game. And I have a tendency to forget that. Because we come in every morning, every Sunday morning, and we get together and we do rah-rahs and we say hello and we love each other and appreciate each other. But yet, what are we about? And as new people come in, are we welcoming them? Are we loving them? And what are we saying during the week? Okay, and what kind of energies are we putting out in And are we adding to the cacophony of problems out there, or are we being centered in God? Now, just mentioned the course of love. I gotta read something from it. Just happened to be in class this week. By the way, see, part of our mission, are we on mission? And so I look at that and I say, well, yeah, we're doing stuff. We teach centering prayer, which is a form of meditation. And a lot of you have been in those centering prayer classes and you take meditation. And one of the keys to a spiritual path is 20 to 30 minutes minimum a day, quiet time. The next step is reading something that is spiritual nature that really makes a difference. Another one is cleaning, as in Ho'oponopono, or forgiving. Anybody familiar with that? So these are spiritual tools. And here we're doing A Course in Miracles on Saturday morning. We're doing A Course of Love on Wednesday morning and Friday evening. We're doing a pocket piece on Sunday morning, which is bringing some of the Buddhist ideas into the world. Okay, what else are we doing? We're doing Tuesday night, we're doing centering prayer. It's just on and on and on. So are we on mission? Yes. However, the next step is applying it. Everybody there? Now, I just happened to, in our class on Wednesday, I happened to read this and I said, I need to share this on Sunday because it talks about what I'm talking about. So, I'm reading from chapter 5, paragraph number 2. You have so filled your mind with senseless wanderings. Anybody familiar with wandering? Anybody familiar with waking up at night and your mind's going, oh, okay? So, you have so filled your mind with senseless wanderings and thoughts that think of nothing that is real. See, our mind makes up all kinds of stories. Rejoice that there is a way to end this chaos. So would you like to know? Okay. Then it goes on and says, the world you see is chaos, and nothing in it, including your thoughts, are trustworthy. See, the question is, do you really know what happened? Do you really know what's going on? Do you really know what's behind all these stories we're told? Do you know what the agendas are in people's mind when they speak on TV? Okay? Can you tell from your heart what's true? Questions, just rhetorical questions. Then I go on, including your thoughts. This is why your thoughts must be newly dedicated to the only purpose worthy of your thought. You ready? The purpose of joining with your real self, the Christ or God within you. So rather than look at here, or rather than get upset about this, or rather than do that, the kingdom of heaven is within, focus, God is real. So the affirmation we have in your bulletin is, you ready? I dedicate all thoughts to union. And union is the oneness that Jesus spoke about in John 17, which is we are all one. We are all part of each other, and all there is the Christ or God within us everywhere present. There's more here, but you'll have to attend the class to do that. So it's really, to me, it's a fascinating idea. And I'm aware how easily I get caught up in the world's upset. What I want to say is the world is forcing us to make a decision. You have to choose this or choose that. And if you choose that, you're a jerk because you don't think that way. And if you put a sign on your sign that said, I support Joe Blow, if somebody doesn't like Joe Blow, they'll take your house out. It's happening, yes? Okay, why? Because people are so embedded in the ego mind and the negative thoughts that we lose track of who we really are. And who are we? We're a child of God. You are God in expression, completely and wholly, just as you are. So, and there's so much more. But the idea that in our mission statement is we are providing life-transforming ideas. And the question is, are you on the spiritual path? Are you becoming a spiritual leader in your own life? And it takes time. It takes time. It's following traditions. It's spending 20 or 30 minutes a day in silence. Now prayer means, everybody ready? Prayer means silence. Not asking God like he's Santa Claus to give you something. Everybody take a deep breath. Okay? I will tell you, I'm amazed that this group, do you realize how many prayers have been answered in this group?
Yes.
If you're not aware of it, I don't know whether I should share this or not, but Beth and Rick aren't here today because their daughter is home with them. Some of you understand they've been asking for that in prayer. We have at least one or two people who have been through surgery and they're sitting here.
Yes.
We prayed in, didn't we, Barbara?
Yes.
Okay, and here she is. And we went through Tommy, and we went through Ann,
Yep.
and we got all kinds of people that have been healed, that life has changed.
Yep.
B was trying to share with us, and I want to emphasize it again. Understand what she said. She went to buy new tires. She has 100,000 miles on the tires she has.
Yeah.
Can you ever heard anybody get 100,000 miles on a set of tires? And all she did was bless those tires with a ho'oponopono blessing. Anybody want to try that?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, and my point is, what are we doing? Are we doing something where the rubber meets the road and making a difference? Or are we complaining, condemning, and criticizing? And see, when we're over here, we're adding to the negative energies of the world. So I want to get back over to the positive now, because we need to. But the idea is, we are caught in this emotional, and believe me, it was right in the middle of it. It was like, I was ready to take on the world, and it was all corrupt, and and all of a sudden I thought, okay, and see, that's the idea. I and the Father are one. I would like everybody to say that out loud together. I and the Father are one. That's the big secret.
Yep.
That I and the Father are one. And that's for you. And that was Jesus' great affirmation. And Jesus said, these things I do, ye shall do, and even greater things. So we can take that and believe that and know that when anything comes up, instead of going there or there, we go there,
Yep.
which is direct to source, and source is God.
Thank you.
Now, one last comment. The daily word today, by the way, was excellent. Okay? And it says, my mortal mind tends to overemphasize negative. Kind of emphasizes what we've been talking about. Then it says, fear-based challenges at the expense of the light and love that fill even my gloomiest days. Balance occurs when I surrender my mortal mind to the infinite mind of spirit. So it's all around us, folks. It's everywhere present. The problem is we really, really need to accept that we are a child of God. We're an expression of God. We are who God is here, representing that energy we call source. So, and that energy is called love, and I love you dearly, all of you. So as we grow, so here's an idea. This is a legacy group. Everybody there? We're creating a church down the road here, and there's a legacy there, and you're all part of that legacy, making a difference in the world as this light radiates. Thank you.